I really didn't want to make this video today, I'll be honest with you, because I've been so occupied with some other things. So today I made a video. I'm not going to say exactly what I made the video on, but it is on my TikTok, and it is one of the most recent videos I made, if not the most recent video I made. And basically what I was saying is, I can't even talk about it on YouTube, I'll be honest. I can't speak about it on YouTube. That's why I haven't posted a lot of my TikToks on YouTube, because they're more controversial topics. Obviously YouTube is not going to do as good, and it's not my audience I'm shooting for. It seems like on TikTok, speaking about the more political views, A, gets more views, and B, I feel like needs to be said. On YouTube, they censor so much, and they intentionally move things to the corner so that it's not seen as easily. You have to kind of like dig for certain stuff, and that's all I'm going to say with that. But this video seems like I'd say give it until the morning. I think it's going to hit 10K views. One of my more recent videos that hit 10K views, I made a David video that hit 10K views. It had like 200 likes, but this one I think is at 4,000 views and has 303 likes already, so it's doing a lot better. But it's about a very controversial topic, let me put it like that. A very controversial topic, political. And yeah, it seems like people are concerned about my health and all that stuff, or for my safety. 4 things. I would never try to overthrow something. I would never be a terrorist. I would never be any of these things, right? That's number 1. Number 2, I'm mentally sane. I would never end myself, end anybody around me, or any of that. I have no reason to do any of that. Number 3, I do not associate myself with any kind of groups that have to do with anything of those kinds. Number 4, my views are all neutral, and I keep them concealed to the best of my ability. Everything that I say on this internet stuff is not my opinion, okay? Now that we got that out of the way, you can go ahead and watch that video, see what I said on there, but yeah, I just had to say that because, like I said, a lot of people are concerned for my health. Not because like they think I'm psychotic, but because they, if you catch my drift. And to an extent, I believe that's true. So there was a lot of things in the video I was kind of tiptoeing around, and I was trying not to say anything too specific, and I'm going to keep it like that. I don't like talking about politics, honestly, or anything political, but like I said in the last video that I made, it's the time of life. Like, it's gotten to that point where, like, you have to be politically savvy, or you have to know at least the bare minimum. You have to start forming an opinion, because if you don't, an opinion is going to be forced onto you by others. I'm not going to, once again, be specific about what I mean by that, but an opinion will be forced upon you. As bad as I don't want my content to be political, that's just how it has to be. Because I want to inform you guys. The whole point of this account was to inform you guys and kind of be like a bigger brother, so that I can kind of let you guys live through me and see what happened, what works and what doesn't work, and inform you guys to the best of my ability. Obviously, I'm not the smartest guy. I'm not the most handsome guy. I'm not the most funny guy. Like, I'm not any of those things, but I am going to be one of the realest people you're going to meet, and I'm going to keep everything blood raw with y'all. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to come on here and say, well, guys, I got a sponsorship for this. Go buy this product or go do this thing. I'm not being controlled in any kind of way. And maybe that's one of the reasons I haven't really blown up on YouTube yet, or anything like that. Some of my older videos, yeah, but to be fair, I kind of monetized those videos, so it makes sense of why they did so well. But a lot of my recent videos don't hit past like 100 views and stuff like that. I think the most that one of my videos that was non-sponsored got was like maybe 300 views or something like that, maybe 1,000. I'm not sure. But the things that I say on here is things I believe that you guys need to hear. And like I said, I'm saying it from my POV. Once again, I'm not gonna be the most factual person. I don't do this political stuff for like, this is not my job. I'm not gonna have the most facts. That's why I tell you guys to take everything I say with a grain of salt, and don't take everything that I say to heart. It's not my opinion always. It's just what I've seen and what I feel like telling you guys about. So make sure you're staying conscious of that. But like I said, today I've been focused on posting videos. I've recorded, I think, 8 YouTube shorts and TikToks today. I have posted 0 YouTube shorts today. And the reason behind that is my YouTube isn't doing as successful as my TikTok. I'm making sure I'm uploading as much as I can on TikTok. And I am uploading shorts, but once again, I can only post so much on here because certain things will get flagged, and it could cause harm to my account. I've no longer gotten to the point of life where I'm like, okay, let's make this YouTube thing work. Like, this is gonna be my next big job thing. It's really just gotten to the point of where I'm back to square one, where I'm like, if it blows up, it blows up. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm not gonna let it, bother me on a daily basis. And like I said, that's why I kind of low-key didn't want to make this video today, because I was thinking in my head, I was like, what am I even gonna talk about? There's not much to say. Because these videos used to be just checkups, straight up, where I would just tell you guys how I'm feeling and all this stuff. But it's gotten to the point where it's turning political, and unfortunately, like I said, that's just the way that life is going right now. And it feels like I kind of can't avoid it, even though I was trying to for so long, because that's just what life is right now. But on a more positive note, I know I keep telling y'all I'm not going to talk about this political stuff, but it just keeps happening, and I keep having to talk about it. Number 1, I looked at some photos of Huda. Oh my god, that is a beautiful woman. Oh, I know that's completely left the ballpark. But if you guys remember, a long time ago I made a video, sorry if I'm scratching a lot, I was outside playing splat balls, and I got mosquito bites all over me, and I was sliding in grass, so I'm a little itchy, and I just came out of the shower, so it made it worse. But yeah, I looked at a photo of Huda, and oh my god, she's so gorgeous, it pissed me off. Literally, it pissed me off. Because if you guys don't remember from the Love Island videos I was making, I was saying that Huda is the worst archetype of woman. And the reason behind that is she was manipulative, highly emotional, highly toxic, all these different horrible traits. I was looking at photos of her and I was like, bro, any dude, like any heterosexual male of any sort, even bi, it's like, you can't even resist that, man. Like, come on, bro. She's literally perfect until you get like behind the mask. And that's the only reason I haven't really just been like, And I do believe that I did categorize her in a way that could be seen as offensive. I don't see how it could be offensive. I'm just saying her archetype is bad, which men have archetypes too, so I don't know. There's different classes, different archetypes. And I'm a video gamer, so you guys know I speak in that kind of terminology regardless. But not to be racist, but I had a negative experience with an Arab woman before, and low-key, they kind of act similar. Not the same, they're not all the same, obviously, but a lot of them act similar. And I was saying in the video, or I didn't say this specific thing, but they do, low-key sometimes, and the men do too, low-key, have this kind of, it's not even just them though. When you think of it, it's not even them. There's other races that act the same way. But from what I've seen, I've had friends. I've had 4 male Middle Eastern men friends, and I've had 3 female Middle Eastern women friends. And they all act about the same. I mean, they all somewhat knew each other, kinda. They went to the same school as me. And some of them worked together with me, but they kinda act entitled a little bit. And if they're not entitled, then they're low-key toxic. But once again, that can go to any race, but that's just what I saw of them. Same way you could say that African Americans are ghetto. I couldn't really hold you for that. Not all of them are, but the vast majority. Once again, code recognition. Stuff like that I can't say on YouTube, but that's something I would say on TikTok, honestly. And I've gotten to the point where I'm like, do I even want to censor myself at this point? Yeah, I know my my chest looks crazy. But do I even want to censor myself at this point? Because if I can't freely speak my mind, then am I really pushing the right message? But at the same time, is it worth the conflict? You see what I mean? So it's so much confliction, bro. But on a side note, hood is gorgeous. And this is a positive. A positive? Is this even racist? I don't even know. But Middle Eastern women are gorgeous. Oh my goodness. I don't think... I want to... No, I haven't really seen an unattractive... In my personal opinion, I have not seen an unattractive Middle Eastern woman. I've seen unattractive men before. I haven't seen unattractive women. But obviously they're out there. They exist. That's just from my opinion, from what I've seen. And like I said, take everything I say with a grain of salt. But I saw a picture of Huda and I just had to bring that up, man. Low-key, it was this girl that I saw. She works at a local Walmart to me. See her all the time. And when I saw her, she reminded me of somebody, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, bro, I low-key want to get in a relationship. Low-key, just love it. Just love it. But I don't think I want a relationship. I want a relationship, I don't want a relationship. Same thing goes for the job stuff. Like, I want a job, but I don't want a job. But, like, having a job is better than not having a job. But in the case of a girlfriend, I feel like having a girlfriend is worse than not having a girlfriend. Yeah, the loneliness would kind of be better off, you know, if I had a companion. But low-key, hold on, breakdown. I low-key self-diagnosed myself as I think I'm psychotic in a way. But not in the sense that you're thinking. There's levels to I don't know what the word of it, it's not psychosis, but there's a scale to being psychotic, right? And it's usually just like, what's the word? Kind of muffling emotions almost. I feel like, I don't think I'm psychotic. Like, I self-diagnosed myself, like I said, I don't think I'm psychotic. I think it has something to do with another trait, but that was the closest thing to it that I could think of. I know it's a horrible thing to kind of say that you have, but like I said, I don't think I have it, but that's the closest disorder I could think of. Because sometimes I'm like, if I had a girlfriend low-key, what would I get from a girlfriend? This is going to sound crazy. Just hear me out real quick. What would I get from a girlfriend, as in the terms of companionship, that I couldn't get from, like, a friend or a dog? And obviously, you can't smash a dog. I'm not into the bestiality and shit. So that's why I said I have to be weary of what I'm saying, because somebody's going to take that out of context. But, like, people live alone with a dog all the time. Obviously, you can't have a conversation with a dog. You can't do certain things with a dog that you can do with a human. But then that's where friends come into play. What could I not do with a friend that I could do with a girlfriend? I wouldn't be financially tied to anything. I wouldn't be emotionally tied to anything. Like, what else is the downside? My friend goes 50-50 on everything. Low-key, there is people that have friends with benefits. So you could, you know, get to that point. Not my cup of tea, once again, but, like, you know, not having a commitment thing behind it, I think, is where I kind of fall into that lane of where I'm like, I think commitment's the only thing keeping me out of it. And responsibility of some sort, I guess. Maybe I'm scared of responsibility. That's some low-key self-reflection stuff. But every time I think of something like that, I'm like, maybe I am scared of responsibility. But at the same time, I feel like I can handle responsibility. I just don't want it. Like, if I don't have to have it, why have it? To an extent, right? That comes with the job. I don't want a job just because of the job dynamic itself, but maybe that's a deeper rooted problem of me just not wanting responsibility of some sort. Maybe. And obviously I do these self-diagnosis and self-reflections all the time, and I think of stuff like this out loud for the video, but this is stuff that I think of in my head all the time. Maybe it has something to do with that that fear of, like, responsibility of some sort. That's what I'm thinking. But at the same time, let's say, okay, cool, I get over that. I say, let's get a girlfriend. I get a girlfriend. Then it's like, but I'm moving to Japan, though. Or, like, I have so much stuff going on in my life, I wouldn't want to just drag her along with that. So, out of concern for another person and their well-being, I don't really want to just drag somebody with me. Obviously, I'm highly volatile when it comes to decision-making, so I'm very back and forth, bipolar with that. And, I don't feel like it'd be healthy to be in a relationship. And that's what I've been thinking about all these years that I haven't been in a relationship. It's always been out of consideration for the other person, not because I just don't want a relationship or I'm scared of one. It's more the fact of that I'm thinking of it in a mathematical, kind of statistical kind of way, where I'm like, what's the probability of me getting in a relationship and then us immediately breaking up just because I had a different life path than them, or I didn't feel like spending money on them because that's not how I was raised. Like, my textbook definition of love is more of like a partnership of some sort, or a relationship, not love, but it would be more of a I fill your void, you fill my void kind of thing. That sounds crazy. Not like a longing kind of void, but I mean like skills, and what I lack, you have. I feel like that's what a relationship is. As like a statistical breakdown, it's more of a survival tactic, right? That's how I think about it. And it's probably messed up the way I think about it. And that's why I say maybe I have some kind of like psychotic disorder, because I don't think normal people think like that. because I only think statistically, and this is why I'm so good at day trading and all this stuff, because I'm not hyper emotional. I think of things as like hyper rational. I hyper rationalize things, and I have these moments where I'm just like, I'll be goofy as hell, and then I'll be like super robotic almost, and it's weird. It freaks me out all the time, I'm not gonna lie, but it never drives me to do anything crazy. Once again, going back to those 4 things, I'll never do any of those, right? Just gotta confirm that. But when it comes to a girlfriend, I feel like, let's say for example, this is gonna be a horrible example, but let's say like I'm bad at money or this isn't that bad. I'm bad at money management, but she's bad at business, right? I'm good at business, she's good at money management. We swap our skills and we help each other out, and we just compound on each other's skills. That's what I think a relationship should be like. Obviously, in 2025, that's not how a relationship is formed, and that's not how a relationship moves. So I've refrained from that whole scene in total. Yeah, I don't think that's crazy to say that. I just gotta get that out of there. What else do I feel like talking about? Might as well just dump every thought I can get into this one video, just in case this is some lost archive kind of video. Low-key, we can talk about money real quick. So, as you guys know, I said I was down 150 for like some debt that I owe, right? Today, I just made 30. Yeah, I just made 30 bucks. I had 20, so that puts me at 50 in cash. And I believe on my card I have about 20 maybe? 20-ish? I don't know. And in 2 days I have to donate to get 70. So that should put me at about, what, 130 or 120? Which means I'm 30 shy. Which is not bad. Honestly, that's pretty good. And you guys know on October 4th will be my first day of work, which is in 3 days. It's soon to be 2 days, actually. Because tomorrow's going to be October 2nd and we're at 7 p.m. at night. So, I mean, am I excited for work? I don't know. I feel kind of mad about it. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, I feel kind of I feel kind of mad about it. But I'm kind of excited because I feel like once I get this money again, it can start changing some stuff and helping me, you know, rebuild. Which that's the whole point of me getting this job. But that's another thing I guess we could branch off into. How have I been feeling about this job and the money that I'm going to be making? Obviously, I'm going to be making good money. Better money than I was making. But the same mental conflict I keep coming back to is, what now? That's my whole, like, thought process. It's always, after I do this, what now? After I do that, what now? What now? And it's been, after I make all my money and I pay off all my debt, then what? Like, what car am I going to be driving? What am I going to do with that extra spare money? Am I serious about this whole moving to Japan thing? Why not just stay in America? Why, like, all these different thoughts. And I don't know, man. I guess I'm trying to milk myself or something. I don't know what the fuck my hand was sitting here like that for. But, yeah, I don't know what my plan is. Because, honestly, I love America. I'll be real. I really do like it. I really do enjoy it. It's where I've been raised, and obviously I've lived my whole life here. But I'm wondering if that's just the fear speaking through me verbally. Is it truly that I love America and I want to stay here? Or is it just I'm comfortable in this situation and I don't want it to change because I'm scared of the unknown? And I don't know. I think only time can tell about that. I think the best course of action would be pay off all my debts, go ahead and take a flight to Japan for the 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, see how long I feel like staying out there and chilling for, and genuinely seeing, is it something I want to do? And if I genuinely enjoy it, something I really want to do, just go for it, man. I'm always preaching freedom of speech and free will. If that's something I want to do, I'm going to do it. But once again, I feel like I keep having this little voice in the back of my head whispering like, while you still have the resources, you should stay in America. You should do this while this. You should save your money and do this. You should just buy a nice car and hunker down. You should just do this. But then I keep coming back to the thought of everything I'm doing currently is temporary, and I cannot get too comfortable in this scene. Obviously, the position that I have is a temporary position for Amazon, and it says that it should last up to 6 months or could be extended upon company request for a full-time position. But my thing is, why would I risk the chances of me, like, I don't know, buying another Tesla, or buying an Audi, or buying a BMW Supra, or buying all these nice, cool cars? Why would I risk doing that when I've already seen the damage that I did before? Why wouldn't I just set myself up to where if I chose not to get this job and have not to keep it, that I would have the financial stability that I need to stay out of it? You know what I mean? The only problem that I had while not working was I had to pay my debt. I had bills I had to pay and I had no failsafe. I had no form of side income that was stable enough to do this. So if I could fix all of that, then I wouldn't ever need a job again, and then I could go anywhere. I'd be free. I could do my day trading again. Day trading had to get taken out of my life because I didn't have the money to sustain it. I could start doing my thrifting hauls again because I'd be making money through my day trading and other things. I would have the ability to not have to worry about paying monthly payments on 17 or 18 different bills because they would all be paid. And that would leave me with just having to pay one thing. So I was wondering, why not just get a bust-up hoopty car, bro? It's not like I've never lived this unfortunate lifestyle of where, like, everybody's looking at you and they're like, oh, look at you, you went from zero to hero, like, you went from hero to zero, and The voices themselves the outward voices at least, don't concern me. It's the inside voices that we all have that do. The ones that are currently just chipping away at your mental state like a freaking, what's the word, architect. Like, those are the voices that really, like, concern me. Not to sound weird or, like, schizophrenic or anything, but, like, we all have those voices. Stop acting weird, okay? We all have those mental things that are in the back of our head saying, oh, they're all laughing at you, they're all looking at you, they think you're weak, they think you can't do it. You should show them that you have 100,000 in your bank account, you should do this. I shouldn't care about that. And this once again brings me back to the whole, do I really want to be in America anymore? I feel like everything American is a competition. I'm gonna repeat that one more time. Everything American is a competition. From back in the day, to modern day, to the future. I feel like everything will be us competing with one another. us splitting against one another. And it's not a society that I want to live in, because when somebody believes that you're not doing better than them, even if you financially are, if you're not showing that you're doing better than them, they don't care for you. You don't exist. You're less fortunate. You're a loser, and all these other things. And like I said, I could have 100,000 plus in my bank account and driving a broke down 2016, or not even 2016, 2004 Nissan, right? And people will make fun of that person. People will laugh at that person. People will ridicule that person. But once again, I have 100,000 in my bank account. I'm doing what I need to be doing with my money. And I'm gonna bring that back to black culture, or I'm gonna bring it to black culture, as we, specifically what I've seen, we will tear each other down if we're not popping our shit, compared to if we're just stacking up our money, if we're being smart and financially stable with our money. Obviously, I have the skills to take 100,000 and make it into $1 million. But back then, I was so focused on, I have to show everybody that I'm doing successful, that I went and bought a house, bought a car, blew my money, bought all this jewelry, got haircuts and new clothes every week, got new shoes and all these different things, buying new colognes, buying new Jordan, I'm buying all this stuff. And at the end of the day, all of it had to go. I mean, I kept most of it, right? I only lost the car, really, and I didn't even lose it, I sold it. But the point is, why do I have to do all that when I could have stacked all that bread? That's like 50K that I could have just put away and put into a bank, or not a bank, but a trading account that I could have been trading currently and been flipping my money. Why is that? I don't know. Anyhow, something that I'm going to be looking into for the next little bit is going to be, where should I move my money? And I need to make a solid plan that I know I can stick to from months to come, of where I'm like, I'm going to get this money, I'm going to do this. The first thing I want to do, I'll be real with you, pay off my bills. Once I start paying off my bills, the second thing I want to do is buy a ranged gun. If you guys don't know what a range gun is, it's a dedicated gun that you put in the range and you just practice. It's probably going to be a 5.56 ARP, probably a 10-inch rail. I don't know what upper, lower, all that stuff yet. I don't know that much about firearms, you know? But I love the sport of shooting. Ever since I went to the range, I thought it was fun. Like I said, I would never enact violent tendencies on anybody. I don't want to have to use a firearm on anybody unless it is in self-defense in my own house. But once again, I would not want to have to do that. Taking another person's life is very serious to me. And like I said, I hope I would never have to be in that situation. That's a very scary situation to be in the first place. But once again, I want to be well-versed in firearms. I feel like, once again, it's just a cool sport. I love shooting, like airsoft and gel blasters, as you can see. Like, I love playing with stuff like that. And obviously a firearm's not a toy, but I would love to like build it up and break them down and learn learn all this stuff. And I would want to build my own ARP. I feel like it's something I really want to do. So I will have a dedicated range gun probably when I turn 21 or so, which should be in a few days, 30 days to be exact, or 29 days to be exact. So that's something I'm probably going to buy. It'll probably cost me like a band, 2 bands, we'll see. And if not a range rifle, then probably just a pistol. But I don't want a pistol, I want a rifle, because it's so much more customizable. But anyhow, that's stuff that I'm thinking about, and it brings me back to that whole do I want to stay in America thing. Because obviously I want to live the American facade, which is no longer a dream, but of driving a muscle car and having guns and having a nice house and having a wife and kids. I want to have all that stuff. It's cool, obviously. But I feel like it's so unattainable in this current situation that maybe it would be better for me to move to Japan and have a reset. At minimum, do a few years out in Japan and just see if I like it, see how it feels. And just come back to America if it comes down to that point. I don't lose citizenship in America, I believe, if I were to go to Japan for, let's say, 2-3 years, 4 years, 5 years. But I'd have to get permanent residency in Japan, and I'm wondering if that takes away your citizenship. I know dual citizenship doesn't exist, but I don't think it'll take away your actual citizenship for a personal residency or a permanent residency. So I'll have to see. Once again, I gotta crunch numbers. I'm coming back down to that conflicted spot, but it's starting to become more and more clear the longer and the more often that I get conflicted with these like emotions I be having randomly. So once again, we'll have to see. I'm gonna do more research, get all that done. How am I feeling today? I'm feeling great. I got a lot off my chest in my videos. I still have a lot of drafts that I need to post. A lot of videos I need to edit and get up there. I'm gonna go ahead and rush this one out as fast as I can, though. I'm not gonna lie. YouTube. Will you guys be seeing a lot of videos from me? Maybe not anytime soon, at least. I'd say be looking for them in the next like 3 to 4 days, maybe 2 days, 3 days. I don't know. Maybe it will be soon. I'm not sure. But it's all about how freaky I'm feeling tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I wake up and I'm feeling political again. And once again, I'm just speaking my mind, or whatever topic I feel like covering in the moment, or that I feel like needs to be said. But I'm still trying my hardest to stay away from that kind of stuff. But in this current day and age, like, it kind of has to be done. But yeah, I'm feeling great, feeling nice, motivated, you know. And I'm looking forward to the future and what it holds for us. And the content, I love the content. We're going to keep pushing that out as much as we can. Like I said, TikTok has been doing phenomenally. YouTube is shortly behind them, doing pretty well. Instagram is just Instagramming right now, I'm not going to lie. But other than that, yeah, we'll have to see. And what do I plan tomorrow? Don't know. Another winging it kind of day, so I'm probably going to post a lot of TikToks or create a lot of TikToks. Hopefully I can get a sale on this bike, man. I took some pictures today after I rode my bike around the block, did my daily mile, and felt a little weird. But anyway, probably going to do another bike ride in the morning tomorrow, get some little cardio in, and like I said, record a bunch of videos, watch some more videos, get my content refreshed, get everything done. I keep saying I need to clean my room. I did clean my room. It actually looks junky right now because I threw a few things all around the place, but yeah, that's about it. Maybe a lot of things have been unexpectedly popping up, so maybe that'll happen again, so I don't know. But anyway, let me end this video. It's been a rant. I love you guys, and I will see y'all in the next one, my boy. Hopefully, we'll be back to scheduled broadcasting. At this point, I might as well not even say that anymore. But I love you guys, and I'll see y'all later, man. Peace.